A beautiful April 2nd to you all. Well, yesterday's Fool's Day prank showed me once again that working on yourself is a lifelong process. And that's why today I will jump back and forth from analysis to mentoring to better explain today's focal point. And number 2 brings us the dark side, the shadow side, which we tend to neglect the most. We always want to see the bright side, or to at least show ourselves as the bright people, always happy, always smiling, but it's not the case, right? This happens because the dark side is knocking on our door and saying, knock, knock, I'm here, not who's there, but I'm here. So look at me if you want to have a balanced life. Because today's total is number 14, which in numerology and in tarot means modesty, harmony, and balance. So today's task is to see the moon, the moon's energy, to embrace it. Because if we see or imagine the moon, it's always up there. It's always full. Still, it depends on the position of the earth and the sun, but the moon is always full. And it shines in the dark. So do we. And that's why we don't have to be afraid, or let's say mustn't be afraid of our dark side, because it helps us to shine brighter, and it helps us to reach balance. It helps us to reach the wholeness of ourselves. If we do not do that, if we shove our problems, our dark side, our shadows under the carpet, or lock our skeletons in the closet, we will never have the fulfilling life we want. Never. We cannot have it. And on top of that, we will be fully reminded of that every day in people that we come across. Because number 2 teaches us to look at the relationship area. It's not just the partnership or relations in general, but it's mostly connected with the relationship we have within ourselves. And all the polarities that come along, all the polarities that we encounter outside of ourselves have their origin inside of ourselves. So today's task is to focus on the relationship between the polarities inside of ourselves, the dark side and the light side, or the bright side, and especially the feminine and masculine part. It doesn't matter of which, if you are, let's say, a woman or a man, it doesn't really matter. We all consist of 2 parts. And it depends on which part we focus on and how balanced we are. So if you are a woman, you can always focus more on masculine part, because I know in the past women betrayed you, or your mom was handling you in a certain way, or you needed the masculine energy to be heard, seen, to be accepted, let's say, to push through. It doesn't really matter why you used it. And it makes you feel safe, it makes you feel confident, it makes you feel like you can conquer everything, but you are imbalanced actually, because you neglect the feminine part. And the feminine part is knocking on your door and saying, hello, I'm here, will you notice me? And that's why you kind of encounter difficult relationships, especially with, let's say, women or men with feminine side that they focus on, or that they use, okay, more often than the masculine side. So to kind of just point you to the direction to answer the door or open the door to the feminine side of you. So if you are a male, it can be very similar. Okay, maybe your father was like very arrogant, or he was absent, or you needed more gentle energy to push through or to do something, or to tend to your mom, who was always alone, and you couldn't reach her with the masculine side, so you kind of went more on the feminine side, not instead of masculine side. Not instead of, but you didn't balance them properly to make you a whole, to make you whole, not a whole. And yeah, just check where you are at and see what the external environment is telling you to do. Definitely, if you encounter problems in relationships in general, not just with yourself, but in general, there is discrepancy inside of you that needs to be looked at. Not fixed, but looked at. And then slowly, throughout the days in the future, you will be able to notice the imbalance more often or frequently and work on that. So this is today's suggestion for you. I think you will have lots of work if you want to, of course, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow with a new video of number 3. Have a lovely day.